Hi guys. Okay, all right. So this has been exciting. So we're doing a live. We are doing a live. We're doing a fangirl live. This is Fangirl Romance Rex, right? We have a big Facebook group for urban fantasy, romantasy, paranormal romance. We also have a contemporary romance group. We have a book event group because we're having a book signing in Orlando in September of 2026. So it's really exciting times. And so, as a part of all that, we're doing these lives to feature the authors that are signing with us that we're so excited that are joining us. And today we have two amazing authors that I just cannot wait to fangirl over on this live. We're going to be talking to them about the event, we're going to be talking to them about their books. And I actually have a bit of a fangirl crush. Is that kind of what it is? I don't know. I don't want to like scare them. They can see me right now. They're in the studio waiting to be brought on. But like both of them, I have heard about before I ever met them, and so it really is. This is the first time I'm actually seeing them and talking to them in person, and I'm a little bit. I wish I had a glass of wine because I got some nerves, y'all. I'm so excited though, but they're good nerves, really good nerves. All right, so I'm going to bring on first Holly. She's Holly's Books and Booze. She is an influencer on TikTok and Instagram. She's also on the Fangirl team. She designs our newsletter. She designs all the event graphics for the book event. She's head of our social media marketing for the events, and she is just amazing. And she also just got her hair done today, and it looks incredible. So I'm going to bring her on, and then I'm going to bring on our stars of the show. So here comes Holly. Hey, girl. I'm so
Hello.
glad. I love it. I'm digging the hair. I'm digging it.
It
It looks
is.
great.
It's fresh. Feels good.
I know. It looks awesome. I just like, and how long did it take you to do that? Like a lot?
Um, like 3 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. All right. Well, I
Yeah.
think the theme of the live is blue because one of our authors has blue hair and it looks amazing too. All right. So I'm gonna bring in do 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 January Rayne. Hey girl. And then
Hey,
we have Jamie Applegate Hunter.
My hair's not blue. I didn't know.
Oh my gosh,
I could
it's
have gotten
not
a
blue.
extension.
So sorry about the confusion about the live, Jamie. I was like,
I'm not-
it was so
I had
funny.
my screenshots from the email and I was like, click, click, and then I was waiting. And I
She
was
was
like, I did everything. I don't know how to do this. I haven't done like a live interview in like 2 years. I stopped doing them. So this is the first time I've done one in a long
oh
time.
wow. Oh my
Like
gosh,
I'll
this
do like live writing sprints with like my PA and stuff where I don't really have to talk, but I haven't done one of these in years. So I was like, I don't even know how to get on. That's great.
well, then
I
I'm
had the
like so
same.
honored that you're doing it. Seriously, thank you. That's just like awesome. What were you saying,
It
January?
looks like it looks like the Instagram on my end. It's frozen.
Okay, did you hit the go live button?
I can see it
Oh
on
yeah,
my side.
Okay,
I
and how about you,
can. I can.
Jamie? Did you hit go live on Insta now
Mine
that we're
says
live?
end live video.
Yeah, so
Did
it
you
should
click
be
it?
live then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check you
Yeah,
out. Make sure.
my Instagram's just frozen. Like the videos are frozen of people, but I
Okay.
think it's still working. I think
Okay,
I
it's
think
let's
still
I'm
see.
the
working.
only one here, so y'all gotta like bear with me.
Oh, you're
My
live?
end, January on my end, looking at yours, it's still moving. We're good.
Oh, okay, great, perfect,
How are
Okay.
y'all listening to two things at
awesome.
once?
Tech
Hi,
today is
Tammy.
not our
Hi,
friend.
Jamie. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, you're live on your Insta. So we're live everywhere. Okay. So we're live in the uh, our big Facebook group for readers, right? It's like 56,000 members. We're live in the book event group. We're live on YouTube. We're live on the Fangirl Insta. We're live on Holly's Insta, your Insta, January. And so yours too,
And
Awesome.
Jamie.
mine's on.
Okay,
Yes,
I
Mine's on.
mean, that's why I
we're
use
live
Restream
everywhere.
got
because
it.
it's
People are gonna
like,
be sick of us.
yeah, it's crazy that you can go to live, so many different places, and then I can even download the video and upload it to YouTube and HD. So it's like
That's
it's a
pretty
great
cool.
It was
streaming
like,
service. Yeah,
copy this and put it into your software. I was like, I don't have any software, so I
I'm
hope they
so sorry.
know.
But you're here now, and we got
I'm
it
here
all
now. I
sorted
made it.
now.
Good.
Okay, so I have to tell you, Jamie, I'm having a bit of a fangirl crush over you. I followed you on TikTok for a long time
Oh,
before, yes, like for years on TikTok. You taught me the difference between a love triangle and a love corner on
yep.
TikTok.
Love corners. A lot of people get them mixed up. There's very few love triangles out there.
Yeah, and you were like, okay, so it's love triangle. It's from A to B and C to B, right? Two
Yeah.
people into
So,
one.
well, no, a love triangle is like A likes B, B likes C, C likes A, and it makes a triangle. And a love corner is
So
like
yeah,
A and B
right.
like C.
Yes, that's what I
And
meant
then
to
you
say.
don't know, and
That
then
makes
C is
sense.
like trying to choose. So usually love triangles or love corners. Which doesn't really matter. You can say triangle, people don't know, but I'm like, technically, just like how I'm also like, technically, smut is just the vulgarity of the language used in a sex. I don't know. Can we say sex on here? Are we on?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you're.
Okay.
Well, we're on Facebook, so
For
just be a
some
little
reason, I
bit.
have this weird fixation with like, if I happen to know the real definition of a word, I'm like, when people, I'm like, well, actually, and then I like nerd out and I'm like, did you know that smut actually is just the vulgarity? So like you can have a lot of spicy scenes and no smut, or like very low smut, but there can be like 20 spicy scenes and people are like, yeah, we're just gonna say smut. And I'm like, okay, that works. I'm like, these are just fun facts.
That's awesome.
That's
So,
great.
so Jamie, so you were an influ. Were you a TikToker first? Have you always been an author, and then you made a TikTok
So I
channel?
actually had a personal TikTok where I had over 100,000 people that followed me for whatever reason, and I did not talk about books. I talked about just it was like random stuff. And then I started a book talk because I like to read. And at first I did a few book talk videos, and then I had started writing. But while I was still writing, I was still posting about like book stuff. I even still will post about books that I like to read, or, book memes, or I'll talk about stuff like that. And so I started getting like a little bit of a following just from my regular book stuff. I still to this day will have people that have followed me forever be like, I didn't know you were an author. And I'm like,
Oh my
here
gosh.
I am. Here I am.
Surprise!
Deleting my personal, or I didn't delete it. I deactivated the personal one because it just got to be too much work, and it got to where I
Yeah.
needed to focus on my book account, just because that's what runs my livelihood. And I actually didn't have an Instagram, or I had one, but I didn't use my Instagram probably until like 2 years ago, I think. And I've been writing since 2020. I just didn't use it. I was like, Instagram. I just really started with the Facebook group like this year. I
Recently, yeah.
all of it. I was like, I can TikTok and that's it. Now with TikTok, I'm like,
I wish I could TikTok. It's like a downfall.
it's so hit or miss. Like you'll have times
It's
when all
hit or
your stuff
miss.
is doing great and you're just like, pretty much the best. And then like the next day it's like, here are 3 views. I hope you enjoy them. So it's really
Yeah.
That is very much TikTok. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm noticing, I don't know with anyone else, but at least I'm noticing that reposting content now gets me nothing. Nothing.
No,
Like
so
old
one thing
content.
Oh, really?
is you can like I'll repost stuff, but I usually wait like a long time before I repost it. Like I keep albums in my phone. But one thing you can do is older posts, or like posts you haven't posted in maybe a few weeks or whatever that kind of did well, post them to your story.
Oh, okay.
And that'll kind of get
Thanks.
some more traction.
I'll have to keep that in mind because I'm
post
struggle
to your
busing it right now on
because
TikTok.
they're starting to where they will put people's stories on the FYP now. It's not as prevalent as regular ones, but 3 extra views is 3 extra views that you might not would have had. So it's that my PA and my best friend, we have like a group chat. It's 3 of us. Literally, it's my PA and I. We have a work chat, and our best friend is in it, and she's just part of it. We call her the personality guy. And so we were talking, and it's like I don't remember what I was saying. I got caught up on the group chat thing.
We're talking about TikTok. We're talking about TikTok.
Well, I
don't remember what I was saying.
It'll come back to you.
It's okay.
It'll come back to you.
Oh my God.
is.
Okay, we were talking about sharing it to your story.
On the
And then
FYP. Then we talked about the personality high.
I don't remember where I was going with that story. It was something that we had talked about. And so I was trying to explain why we were talking about it. And then I forgot. So sorry,
It's
guys.
okay. It's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. My TikTok shop, I had one that was doing really well, and then they banned it. So I'm starting all over again, and it's an absolute nightmare.
Well, I remember what I was saying.
Oh, there it
We
is.
joke around because I'll tell them, I'm like, my numbers are really low. Because I could, I'll look at my stuff and I'm like, my numbers have not really low, but like they've dropped. Like I kind of watch to see where the thing is. And I'm like, my numbers have dropped. And I'm like, I mean, I haven't posted in 3 days. And so I've noticed that once I start posting 3 to 4 times every day after doing that for like a week, my numbers go back up. And one of them was like, it's so rude that you have to actually post content. I was like, I know, because that's the only marketing I do. I don't pay for ads or anything. I need to, though. I got to figure out how to do ads. I know that y'all better hope I don't figure it out, because once it's over for everyone else. But yeah, so that's one thing that I've noticed is, and Instagram doesn't compute to sales like TikTok does.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Not even close. Instagram is better for just like getting the news out to people who already see your stuff, whereas TikTok is more about getting new people. And so it takes up so much time, like having to post multiple videos a day. But like if I don't,
it's a lot of work.
directly reflect that.
Yeah. I need to up my content on TikTok. It just got so exhausting. Like my views are this year, I'm noticing, dropped dramatically. And I can't seem to figure out content. Now I do run ads, and as of right now, I think those ads are what are keeping me afloat.
Which platforms do you run them on?
I just run them on Facebook right now.
That's what I need to do.
That's what I need to do for the events. We've been talking about, I need to learn the Facebook sponsored ads, because those are actually really powerful if they're done right.
I will say Facebook changed their algorithm, and last year Facebook ads for me were phenomenal. This year, because they changed things, it's been very just not stable. Not stable at all.
All I know is that the Facebook ads get me all the time, and the Instagram ads, I will
all the time.
Fast. I'm like, I'm in.
Oh, I know for sure.
Give me a cover and a single line, and I'll be like, oh, that's it.
Oh,
I don't need anything else.
Although there was one book that I saw ad on TikTok, and I saw the ad on Facebook, and this scene was like, I was like, oh, I have to read this. That scene was not in the book.
Oh
no!
I know. And I was like, so then I was like, did I miss it? And so I went back and like in the ebook, like searched, not even just full lines. I would just search words that were in the dialogue in these ads. I couldn't find it, and I was so upset.
No. It's like how they used to do trailers, right? Like for movies. Oh, sorry. Did you guys hear that static? I don't know. It's just me. You know how they used to do trailers for movies? So you would see like a scene on a movie trailer, and you'd wait the whole movie for it to happen. It would never happen. It was like like a scene they would do just to sell the movie. They used to do that all the time.
This is the whole reason I even read the book.
Yes,
because it was one of my favorite tropes. That's why it was one of my favorite tropes. And then it wasn't in there, and I was like, "Well,
that sucks.
It does.
That sucks.
It does." All right, well, let's talk about books. So January, you write monster romance primarily, or is that
I would say primarily. I mean, I have 2 series. One is definitely more monster, and the other series I consider more paranormal. If that makes sense. Like my Eternally series is vampires and werewolves and elves and fae and dragons, while the Monster Stalker series is just monster DNA experiments who are truly monsters. So those are that's where I stay for the most part.
Right, and you do Why Choose as well, right?
No. I
You
don't.
don't do white shoes? I thought you did. I
I
thought you
don't.
did do white shoes.
I have
Okay.
So I have one book, Eternally Rare, and it's an MMF romance, but I don't consider that white shoes
Okay. That must
because
be
it's
what I'm
just
thinking.
3. Yeah. I
Mm.
consider white shoes like more than 4. But maybe every person might be different what they consider to be white shoes. And my
Right.
MMF romance is they're all fated mates too. So there's not really a why choose component in that sense because they're all destined to be together.
Right. Okay. And how did you start writing? And how long have you been writing?
I've been writing I started writing in 2016 and then I published my first book not knowing anything about anything. Didn't know how to market, didn't know how to get my book out there, didn't know how to edit. I didn't know any of that. And that book probably stayed up there for about 3 years before I finally was like, you know what? I'm too embarrassed to have this up. I'm taking it down. So I had 2 books up. I took them down and no, they cannot be purchased anywhere or anything. They are on my shelves to die. And then I started ghostwriting.
Oh, okay.
Just to it started more as a just to make some extra money, and it ended up being my full-time job. I was able to quit my job I was working at, and then ghostwriting became my full-time job for years. And eventually I quit and I started my own books, started writing for myself. And that I published Eternally Damned in 2022, and I've just been going ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How about you, Jamie? So you said in 2020 you started, right?
I got
And
bored
how,
during quarantine, and I was like, I watched a Taylor Swift documentary.
oh, you did?
That'll
And
do it.
my friend and I, we actually co-wrote a YA romance. I have also unpublished 4 books that were all my debuts. Because, yeah. And that was just a little short, very short YA romance. And then I started my Royals of Rodina series, and the first one is the Compeer. And it did, I mean, it wasn't like Amazon all the chart toppers or anything, but it, for a debut novel when I didn't know anything, it did well. And then
That's
that was
great.
a trilogy. I published my first books in 2021, and I think by 2022 fall is when I published the Umbra King. And the Umbra King is what set me to a full-time author. It kind of like launched my career. And then right after I think right whenever I published Viciously Yours, which is what kind of took my career to the next level. I did that at the beginning of 2024, and then I took down the Royals of Rodina, and I'm actually going to rewrite it. And my agent wants to pitch that one to Trad because I'm real bad about, I like forget to tell her that I've written a book. I'll be like, oh, hey, I have a book coming out in 2 weeks. And she's like, you what? And I'm just like, sorry. So with this one, she knew I was going to take it down and she knew I was going to rewrite it. And she literally asked me when was the last Readers Take Denver? She asked me at Readers Take Denver.
That
Was
would
that
have been
Was that
March.
last year?
Yeah.
It was
She asked me
March,
last year. I haven't even rewritten it yet, by
just
the
over
way.
a year and several months.
Yeah. So I haven't
That
even
happened
rewritten.
right before I actually negotiated a contract with the venue for this event. And then I
Oh.
announced, and it was like, that just happened. I was like, oh, it's terrible timing, you know? So
So
sorry.
Readers Take Denver was an experience.
it was. No, so she, like I said, I haven't even rewritten it yet. I'll probably start on it after I finish book 4 in my Faking series. But she came to me last year and she was like, before you publish this, I know you like to self-publish, but will you please let me pitch it to Trad instead? And I was like, but then I was like, okay, I've already self-published that series. That's already gone through the gamut of self-published. So I was like, sure, whatever. But also, like, I tend to just write what I want. And like my Faking series is not a Trad.
No,
I'm not really a Trad writer. So the Compeer series, though, was way more of a more traditional fantasy romance. And so I'm just like, I'll see if I can go back to writing that, but like no promises that I don't end up putting some of the super unhinged stuff in there to where Trad's like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. But yeah, I don't know. So that it all started there from a quarantine and a Taylor Swift document, and then just, there it went.
And so how was that experience going from indie to trad then? I mean,
No, so I haven't done it yet.
oh, you haven't? Okay.
No, I haven't rewritten the book. That's what I was saying. She knows that I'm really bad about just self-publishing without telling her that I have a book coming out. And then I'll be like, oh, by the way, here's this book I published, or here's a book coming out in a week. Or she'll be like, hey, I saw on your Instagram that you've got this coming out. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So she knows that I'm going to rewrite it. I'll probably start either at the end of this year or beginning of next. And so since she knows that, she came to me a year ago and was like,
wow,
please don't self-publish this. Please, will you let me pitch it? And so I was like, yeah. So once that's rewritten, then I'll have to be going through that. And I don't really know how that's going to go. I don't know. I like to have creative freedom. And I know that's not always the case. So we'll see. But I saw both.
I'm the exact same way. I like my creative freedom too. And there's content in both of my series that would not do well in trad.
Yeah.
They would not welcome that, especially my Monster Stalker series.
But wait, you have a book coming out in like 9 days?
So it is some unhinged content in those books.
You have a whole new world coming out in like 9 days, right?
I do. Yeah. It's another dimension. It's called Kentucky Nights. It's my vampire cowboy romance. And I was also late telling my agent about that book. And I could have probably pitched it to her, and she could probably pitched it because it's not dark. It doesn't have, I definitely needed a lighter book to write after writing The Monster Stalker. Like I wrote those 3 books pretty much kind of back to back. And it was just a lot of darkness and unhinged craziness. So I wanted something different. I needed a palate cleanser, I guess, for myself. And so I decided to write Kentucky Nights, and I'm really excited about it. I can't wait till it's live. It is different. I think it is very different than my other books, but so far feedback has been good on it. So fingers crossed the majority like it, but I will preface that it is not a dark romance. I think I have that in the author's note too. Like, don't go into this book expecting dark romance. It's not.
What's bad is a lot of people won't read the author's note. And so then they'll go into this and you're like, why isn't it dark romance? And you're like, I tried to tell you. That's why with, if I have any kind of note, it goes in the blurb. It goes, I don't even put author's note. I'll put some other kind of title to catch their attention. Because when they see author's note or note, they'll just go on by. So I just put something kind of catchy right in front of chapter 1. Because I'm like, going in.
Well, yeah. So in Viciously Yours, I think it was like a sentence, and it basically said something like, "You did your best, but if you don't like it, kind of too bad," or something like something. It was like, what did you say? Like, what's the exact? It was so funny. I was like,
"Oh, too bad, so sad."
She's gonna read it.
And the title, where it's like the big bold black, says, "If you're looking for a literary masterpiece, this might not be for you." And then under that, it has kind of my author's note where it just kind of explains, because Viciously Yours is a fantasy romance, but there's no fantasy plot. It's just like if you took like a darkish rom-com and dropped it into a classic fantasy setting. And so people see fantasy romance and they go into this book thinking it's going to be a traditional fantasy romance or romantic. Yeah. And so that note is basically telling them, like, there's not, the door is red because it's red. Like, there's no underlying, there's no villain. There's like an antagonist, like what you would have in a contemporary, but like it's in a classic. It's like, because I was like, I like shifter books and stuff like that.
Sorry, we got some kind of. Is that you, January? With the noise?
That's not me this time.
I don't know what it is.
Is that you, Holly? Who is
it?
Not.
Okay. I don't know. We got a ghost with us.
My from.
Tech has been a thing today.
And so it just kind of, I was like, well, why are there no like fae books that are just romance? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I can't read a lot of fantasy books anymore because there's so much going on, and I am such just a romance reader. Like, I just want to read the romance.
I get
And
that.
so I was like, there are no fantasy books that are like that. There's always some other story that you have to keep up with and a lot of world building. And I was like, well, what if I just wrote to where I'm the target audience? And so it just, it is a fantasy book with no fantasy plot. And I know so I don't read reviews, but I'll have friends that will read them. If they see one that's funny, they'll tell me about it. They will show it to me. They'll just tell me. And there was one that said, they didn't like the book, but they said it was because they read the disclaimer, that they thought, how could someone write a fantasy romance without a fantasy plot? So they read it. And then they were like, and there's no fantasy plot, so they didn't like it. And I was like, I'm a lot of things, but a liar isn't one of them. You read the disclaimer and then you still got mad that it wasn't in there, which is fine, but it's like, as authors, we put those notes and we put those disclaimers for a reason. And so I just implore readers, like, please believe us. Like, when I tell you this book is not a regular like fantasy book, if you don't like that stuff, like, because it's not there to draw people in, it's there as a deterrent. Like, I don't want people who aren't gonna like the content or who go into it expecting one thing. First of all, that wastes their time. They're just gonna be mad that they read a book thought was gonna be a fantasy and then it wasn't. And so I'm like, yeah, it will deter readers, but like, that's what it's made to do. Just because I don't like I said, I don't want them wasting their time. And then also, I don't want a bad review because they read a book expecting it to be one thing and then it wasn't. So I tried to do that. And then, a lot of the reviews my friends said, because like a lot of times what I'll do is I don't read them, but like I'll have beta readers or like my editor go and read critical reviews. And then they will keep that in mind when they're beta and editing, so that if there's, a lot of complaints from one book about the same thing, they kind of make sure I don't do it in the second, but they don't tell me that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'll just give suggestions in their thing, and I don't know if it's a suggestion from a review or if it's from their opinion. Like, I have no idea. And so, what some people, a lot of people wanted Viciously Yours to be longer. So I made Obsessively Yours longer. And some people were like, it has too much plot. And I was like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, I don't know. Do you want it longer or don't you? But that's one of those you can't.
You just have to do what you think is best, right? And January, I know what's going on. So do you have your computer volume on?
Me?
Oh yeah, you do. No, January. Okay. It is, I just tested it. It's coming from you, girl. If I go all the way down, it's gone. I just turned January's mic off. I go all the way up and I don't know what's doing it. I was thinking it might have been your computer, like maybe it's doing the echo, but that's not right, because you're only logged in on your computer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, it's just no, you're fine. It's just I have my computer up in front of me and I also have my phone. That's why my brain was thinking, because I mute my computer and use my phone, and I was thinking you were doing the same thing, but you're not. You're only on your computer. So if
I just exited out of my Instagram.
Oh no.
Well, because I was like, oh my God, is it me? Because my Instagram is up. And so as soon as I hit X, I was like, no. And then here it went. So
you can try to do another one, and I can try to hook it up. Like if you want to try to create another post, and I can see, but usually it doesn't work midway through.
Oh my God.
I truly have no idea what the
Yeah, I was like, I still see it live on my side.
Okay. Woof.
The noise wasn't me, and my Instagram is still going. There we go.
The only
I don't know what the
reason
noise could be.
The only reason I knew it was coming from you is because, like, I've got, like, when the noise stuff happens, the bar goes like this. So as Jamie was talking, her bar was going, and then yours was going a little bit too, and that's how I figured it out. It is what it is. Who knows? It's technology.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have said anything at all if no, don't apologize. I wouldn't have said anything at all. My brain was thinking you were doing what I was doing. I was like, oh, I know what it is. Just mute your computer. Well, you can't do that or we won't hear you. So no, I'm sorry.
It's funny that you bring up I have the same experience with making a book longer, because I wrote Eternally Damned, and Eternally Damned was my first novel that I put out as January Rayne. And a lot of people were like, I wish it were longer. So I was like, okay, so I wrote Eternally Cursed, and Eternally Cursed is a big, big book. Like, it's almost 700 pages. I poured my heart and soul. Yeah, I poured my heart and soul into that book. And I kid you not, I was like, this is the book that's going to change my career. This is the one. It wasn't. It flopped so hard.
Oh no.
And the book that ended up, and then a lot of people were like, this book's too long. There's too much. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. So eventually I was like, you know what? I'm just going to write the stories. And if it ends up being long, it's long. It ends up being shorter, it's shorter. That's all I'm going to do. And it's funny because the book that ended up changing my life was Honeysuckles, the Monster Stalker book. And you're talking about the reviews, Jamie. And I actually have, so in my author's note, I have two warnings. One says, heads up, this idea came from my imagination. It's a wild ride. Basically, nothing is believable. Like, just go in there, like, with a very open mind. And then I list the warnings. And I get reviews saying, like, this is so unrealistic. And I'm like, yeah.
It's a monster romance. It's a monster romance. Stalker.
It is realistic.
You know,
I would be very worried if it was realistic. I'd be super worried if there was a monster DNA experiment roaming around right now. But there was this one review that I absolutely have clinged on to. And it said, and it was about honeysuckles, and it said, can't guarantee these will be the best books you'll ever read, because honestly, they won't be. And I was like, that's it. I'm putting it everywhere.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny.
Yeah, I usually tell people with Viciously Yours, I'm like, it's not a good book, but it's a good time. So do it that way you will.
The dedication on Viciously Yours, I don't know that I've read that until now. It says, for everyone who hates the word teen, but with a C, I have devastating news. That's it. So,
I have seen that dedication in multiple reader groups. Multiple. I have seen it everywhere.
With profanity.
That definitely would have gotten me too. Also, this edition is so pretty.
Is that the Fabled?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Fabled edition is really pretty. It's gorgeous. That cover artist did an outstanding job. Yeah, so each one of the books in that series are kind of like that. So like book 2 is dedicated to the word see you next Tuesday. 3 is folds, and I think 4 is going to be milking. We'll see.
I love that.
But it's just kind of like
awesome.
And I was like, which the dedication in the Umbra King is a threat to an old friend of mine. So it's like, I never know what I'm going to do. And then I have one that was like dedicated to my friend's dad that passed. So it's like, I've got all these random things across the board. And I'm like, it just depends on what mood I'm in on the day I sit down to write it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Umbra King is hiding in this library.
She has a monster library behind her. It's crazy. It's awesome. She's been working on it.
I know. I can see your bookshelves all the way to your ceiling. I have like one bookshelf, like one regular size bookshelf. Like it's like
that.
It's like bigger than mine. That's how wide it is. And then I have 2 little ones that are like this big, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm an author, and I don't have that many physical books.
If you all keep writing stuff like this is just going to get larger. Like.
I'm an ebook reader. I can read ebooks way faster. I decided I was the same way. Like the 75 soft or hard or whatever, and it was like you have to read 10 pages a day. Well, I read a book a day, and so my husband was like, "Well, you always read on, your iPad. Why don't you try to read a physical book, like 10 pages of a physical book? That can be it." Guys, I got through 2 pages, and I was like, "Nah, this isn't for me." And I like closed it, and I was like, "I'm just gonna go back to my ebook."
It's
Like,
I like
No,
to adjust the font. Like maybe that's just I don't know.
oh, I'm
Like
blind. I'll on my iPad. I'm putting
like,
my iPad in here. I'll be reading on an airplane, and I'll have my iPad like propped up on a thing with my
mhm.
little remote control, and the font's just like at 100. There's like 3 paragraphs per page, like just.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
no, I
And
have
look,
So
so
anyone can read
many
what I'm reading.
physical books, so many physical books that I never read. It's just easier for me to open up my Kindle app. Like I'm running
it
out of room in
is.
my office. Like, see,
Oh
the
yeah,
books are stacked right here, and that's how that entire shelf is. And I have no space, so I'm just going to continue to stack because I collect them. And then
yeah.
I'm like, well, at
Yeah.
least I have it.
You can artfully stack them where it's like an abstract, where it like twists around and stuff.
I was thinking about doing that for Christmas. I would love like a book tree.
Yeah, kind
Oh,
of
that
like
would
that.
be so cool.
I have enough books where I could do that with.
That's
And I
amazing.
hate that I don't get to read them. I need to make more time to read. That's like the one thing I need to do.
I think it's important for authors to read.
Yeah,
But it's hard to make the
Oh,
time, but it is
I
important
read
to
I completely
all the
agree.
time. Like I have the Kindle because I'm an ebook reader, so I have the
mhm.
Kindle app on my phone. If I like am waiting for my kid in line, if I'm waiting for 5 minutes at the doctor's office, any spare time I have, I'm reading on my Kindle.
I
It's
need
That's
to do
awesome.
that. I think
Me.
it
when
is
I
a
start
sickness, I
reading,
think.
now, like when I start reading, I get distracted about like, oh well, maybe instead of reading, I need to do social media.
Yeah,
Maybe I need to make a graphic, like stuff like that.
yeah.
I think
I
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
should
I
have to
feel like
get
that's
that.
the
It's
generational
falling
stuff
out of my
in our
ear.
heads of like we have to be productive all the time.
Yeah, I should be like that. Instead, I'm like, I'm one of those. I'm a procrastinator. I'm like, oh, I'll have
Me
time to do that
too.
later. And I say that
I
78
have
times in
no
a
doubt.
row until I have like a day left to do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to write an entire book in 3 days. That's fine.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
I mean, it's not that bad, but
My team gets sick of me. I'm a last minute person,
mhm.
and they try so hard to get me organized and to get me going. I fail at that.
Do either
Yeah.
of you write with music on or read with music on? Like I read with music on in the background, and it's a
So
whole
I
thing
don't
for me.
do it because I need it, but if it's on, it usually doesn't bother me unless it's like blaring in my ear. But like I'll lay in bed and read while my husband's watching TV. Sometimes so I have realized I'll be like sitting somewhere like writing because I have an office at home. And then I will just realize that I've been sitting for hours in just like dead silence. And I'm like, I feel like that's something serial killers do. So then I'll like put on background just so it's not like super quiet. But I
Mhm.
don't have to have it, but I also don't mind if it's on. But I do have playlists for each of my books because that's how I'll think of like scenes. Like music helps me
Mhm.
think of ideas, but not while I'm writing.
Right.
Yeah, I can read with music on, but when it comes to writing, I need to write in silence. Or what happens is I focus on the music too much, and then I end up typing out the lyrics. And I lose my train of thought, and I'm like, okay, I clearly can't focus on both things. But
There's
yeah, I have to be in silence, and I am more productive. I don't know why, because I have an office here that my husband uses to pack orders and stuff, but I do my best work when I'm sitting in bed. I have my
Oh,
backrest behind me. I'm all comfy, and then it's quiet. And then, like Jamie said, sitting in silence is something serial killers do. So
Yeah.
I tend to just put on a show that I know I'm not going to get interested in, or and I turn the volume to super low so that it's almost like a murmur, like I can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I'll have that on, and it makes me feel less isolated.
there's a couple of stations that do like lo-fi popular music. So it's like instrumentals with no lyrics or no singing, no anything.
Yeah. I've
And
heard
that
a lot
is
of authors do that.
it's like so calming. It's wild. It's like you know the songs, but like you actually can't like there's no like singing voice, so I don't get distracted by what somebody is saying because I will squirrel. That is we have lots of conversations about that in our fangirl group about squirreling.
Yes, we
Um,
do.
Jamie, a question came through for you, and I'm going to try to say this name, but I'm definitely probably going to say it wrong.
I'm getting a ton of feedback.
Yeah,
Um,
I am too. Holly, can you do something like click your ear pods and you're just like breathe? Okay. All right.
ready? Is
Yeah,
that
let me
better?
Is that
see.
better?
It is, I don't know what
Is it
we
better?
all have them on, I think, but something's definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Technology. Can people still hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay. I think my issue is my earbuds. I think that's the problem. I don't know what's going on with them, so I apologize.
I think Holly's might be acting up too. So the two of you are, I
Yeah, I
think, I
have
might
no
be.
idea what's going on. I have no
After
clue.
I
Well,
found
it,
them, we lose the whole thing. Um, will Samyaza get a book?
Yes. I actually had already started writing it, and then my arm started acting up. I ended up having to have, let me see the scar, elbow surgery.
oh
And
no.
that book, I have to keep up with the world building and the storyline from the duology. And then it takes place in a whole other place as well. So then there was all new world building. And I was having to take off weeks at a time to rest my arms because they were so bad.
Mm.
And you can't do that with a really heavy book like that. It's just
Yeah.
asking for plot holes, with me anyway, because I have a terrible memory. And so that's actually when I started writing Viciously Yours. It has such a simple plot, such a simple storyline, the easiest world building in the world. And so I could like write a little bit and then I could just stop for 3 weeks if I needed to let my arms rest. Because oh man, that was so painful. But I ended up having surgery and I still do have some issues with my arms, but it's much more manageable now. So his book got pushed to the back burner because Viciously Yours took off. And so because of that, I signed contracts with some foreign publishers and then with an audiobook publisher for all 4 books in the series. So I have to finish out that series. And then I'll go to his book. But oh man, I'm stressed about his book. I get asked about it all the time. And I'm like, what if I write it and they're just like, this is terrible. I can't believe we waited 3 years for
And
this.
it's trash. Yeah.
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 I'm
I have
just like,
people
oh my
ask
God.
for, I have the 4 horsemen in my books, and I have a few characters.
Yes.
Since I write in a universe, all my books are connected in some way, whether it be a character popping up or even just a quick word, something that connects it all. And I always have people asking for the Horsemen series. Are the Horsemen going to get a series? Are they? And I'm like, yeah, they're going to. And I don't know when, but since everyone's asking, I'm like, what if it sucks?
That
I'm
I
like,
actually
what if I
really kind of
disappoint
lost the
people?
wind in my sails to write Sam's book to where now I'm like,
Oh,
I don't want to do it, but I have to because someone was like, they commented on one of my videos whenever I was explaining um, why I was putting it off. And they said, well, if it's not going to be as good as the duology, then don't even bother.
ouch.
Oh,
That's
And I was like, I don't want to write it anymore. Like I
people
don't
are
think
so
they
mean.
realize that just one little line like that. I mean, I
Yeah.
have no desire to write it. And so I'm also hoping that by the time I finish this series and I get through all that, that I'll want to write it again. But man, that really I took a hit with that one. I was like, I haven't even written it yet, and you're
Oh,
making me feel
yeah.
bad about it. But
Oh no.
and it's just
Well,
that
we
kind of
already,
pressure whenever you have these
yeah.
highly anticipated books.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you
And
already
people can be
have
so mean. They just
internalized.
don't think about authors' feelings at all.
They don't.
Yeah,
They
I
really
mean, there's
don't.
So
the
cruel.
internalized pressure too. Like that internalized pressure you put on yourself of this, I know how this needs to be. It needs to be great. But
Yeah,
then comments like that just suck the wind right out of your
it
sails. And it's
really
like,
does.
well, now I'm just so nervous and kind of too scared to attempt it. Like I
Hmm.
probably won't get to the horsemen for a little bit. I still want to build more of my world before I get to them. And so
Yeah.
by then, oh my God, it's going to be so much pressure to have this perfect series. And it's nerve wracking. I'm like, maybe I get a thought that maybe it's better if they don't get one. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like maybe it's better to leave that. But
Well, it's like, with Sam's book, it was going to be this it was going to be a full novel. And at first I was like, I'll make it a standalone. Well, now it's going to be a companion novel because him and the female main character meet and have all these interactions in the duology. And so it's too complicated to try to make it a standalone. I would be repeating a lot of the stuff that was in the duology. So now it's just going to be a companion novel. You don't have to read it if you read the duology, but you do have to read the well, you don't have to. You're just going to like, it's not going to hit as hard to read that. But then also, I think I'm going to simplify the world building and the storyline because I now enjoy writing those types of books more. But also because I'm afraid, and this goes back to what that person said, I'm afraid that if I continue with the story as I have it now, this just high fantasy, all types of working parts, that it's going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm scared to write how it was going to be. So we'll see. Whenever I get to it,
That's
I
hard.
sit down, we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
Comments like that stick. They stick so hard and they're so hard to shake.
Yeah, this was probably said to me like 2 years ago, and I still think about it.
Oh,
Dang.
Well,
January,
whatever you decide to do, it's going to be great.
Thank you.
The question is, can we get more Shallow Cove, please? When I was trying, and then my Wi-Fi decided to not like me. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the Eternally series, I'm assuming they are asking about the Eternally series. Yeah, I have 3 more books planned in that series. We're going to have Dottie, Sept, and Atreyu. Those are going to be the last 3.
Okay, you said Atreyu. That's all I needed to know.
Atreyu.
He'll be the last book. Oh my God. I get people asking about Atreyu every single day. And they're like, please tell me the twins' brother is going to wake up. I'm like, I promise you'll have his book. But because I'm so mean and evil, I'm waiting for it to be the last book. Making people wait.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. 3 more books.
You'll just get more people like along in the process. Okay, so this is everybody is excited about the event. And obviously, we all know pre-orders are a really big thing. So will you have anything special, or have you started to think about anything special maybe for FanGrrrls?
Yes, I have. I have thought about doing a special edition. I'm not sure yet because I did special editions for Readers Take Denver, and just that was a complete nightmare. So I'm still playing around with the idea of if I want to do a special edition for the signing, or if I want to. I'm on the fence still, but I have an idea. I just don't know if I want to make it like a signing exclusive.
Oh yeah,
I'm still on the fence.
Hollie's like, yes.
It doesn't have to be signing exclusive, but like, I mean, that's fine too. We'll be there.
We'll take it.
I've thought about. I have this gorgeous piece of artwork that I just got for Alexander and Mabon, my characters from Eternally Damned. It's the vampire witch fated mates romance. It's so beautiful that I feel like if I don't make it into a special edition, that I'm not doing it justice. Like it's that I honestly didn't expect it to be so pretty. So I've been toying around with that idea, and I think I'm just so on the fence about it, just because the special editions for Readers Take Denver, like it was just the entire thing was just a nightmare. So I wasn't sure, like that was my first signing ever, like my first event I had ever been to. So I was like, I'm never doing that.
Oh no.
I was like, I'm never doing special editions again. I'm done. And but it's been like a year. So I'm like, no, maybe I'll do it again. And I don't know if I'll do a signing exclusive because there's just so many people who aren't going to be able to go to the signing.
Yeah.
That I think I would want to give them access to the book as well. So I'm still toying with that idea. I know that my team's probably going to be like, do it.
One thing
and
you
then I'm
could
probably
do
going to do it.
so that you have signing exclusives, but also to kind of get around letting other people have it, is you could just announce when you're doing signings and then have a link on your website that is open only on the day of the signing. And so if people who aren't at the signing want to order it, they can order it there.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh,
Or you can do virtual signings. And that's also a good
Right.
way to get people to join your Facebook group and stuff. So you can do like virtual signings in your Facebook group where they can pre-order signing exclusives. And then you sign them in the thing, but it's like, I think it's like in order for them to like get it, like they have to be, I don't remember. I've never done one. I have a friend, CC Monroe. She
I've
does them.
never done one either.
She's like a pro at them. But I mean, there's different ways that you can do it where it still kind of has that signing thing. Easiest is just to
Yeah.
open the link on days of signings. And
Right.
that also you can tell people, oh, like sign up for my newsletter so you know when I have signings, and like this is how we'll email out, the link, but it's only going to be open for this hour or whatever. Because what
Oh,
I'll
that's
do
a great idea.
if I go to a signing, like I'll go to some bookstore signings where I either won't have special editions or I can't take them. My assistant will open up a Venti link where we have a QR code, and they scan the QR code at the table when they come to my signings, and the link closes at the end of that day. So they still have to come to my signing to get it. But if I have a signing exclusives, like maybe next year or something, I might do the thing where on the day of the signing, there will be a link that's open. But those people
That's
just
a great idea.
do it. You can do that one or two ways. You can already have a set amount of online orders that can be done, and then when they're out, they're out. And then that way, when you get home, you can start to ship them. Or you can just do where as many people can order as they want, and then they'll just have to know that they have to wait for them to be ordered and then signed and then shipped. And there's a lot of ways you can do it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. That's my advice.
No, that's great
Or-
advice.
or
I
they can-
appreciate that.
Or they can come to the FanGrrrl signing and get them there.
Or
Yeah,
they can go to the signing.
Yes.
Make a
they can go to
vacation
the
of it, guys.
signings and get them
So with
there.
my signing
Jeez.
exclusive, you do have to come to the signing. Like even if you can order them online, like you can only get that link if you're at the physical signing. And I haven't done a regular special edition in a while. So when the Fae Kings of Eden series wraps up at the beginning of next year, I am going to do a special edition set of them, but those are going to be like on my website, and then I'll also have them at signings, but then I still have my signing exclusives. And so one thing I hate about taking so long to put this series out is I have to keep the same signing exclusives for the books in the series that are already out so that they can get the matching one. But it's like if someone read book 4 first and then they go back and read the rest, well, then they might want the signing exclusive to match book 4. So I've had the same signing exclusive for
Right.
Viciously Yours since 2024, and I'll have it until the end of next year because I'll have the complete signing exclusive set. And so I'll know in the future if I'm going to be doing signing exclusives for series that aren't out yet. I'm going to have to put them out fast so that I don't have the same signing exclusives for years. But, you get new readers that come and get them and stuff like that. But signing exclusives, it's hard because you do have people message you and be like, I don't get to go to a signing. Can I please buy it? And then it's not fair to the people that run to your table to try to get them before they run out. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, well, they ran to get it. And I've had people that literally would come up just like breathing hard. Like if you just take Denver, those people, because it was the first signing I had done since Viciously Yours came out. And so I had people literally running. And so I'm like, I can't have people like running to get these books and then me later be like, okay, you can buy it online. It's just not fair to them. So
I know all the readers at that signing got their cardio in.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, goodness.
For sure. And I only took one assistant to that signing. I was not expecting it to be how it was. I got ticketed within like the first few minutes. And I was just sitting there like, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, and so we just the whole time, and like I said, I'd only taken one assistant. She's actually my character artist. She does the majority of my character art. And she just happened to live in Colorado Springs at the time. And so I was like, hey, do you want to go to this with me? And she was like, yeah. And we got our asses kicked so bad.
It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah,
it was for my first
positive
signing.
note. There's over 80 people who volunteered. Not all of them were like part of the volunteer group, but I think we're close to 80 at this point. So we'll have a lot of people to help you all.
For FanGrrl?
Oh, that's great.
We have
Yeah,
a lot of volunteers.
That's awesome.
What's
amazing.
happened at the last few signings I've gone to is they give me a line moderator, which is pretty
Yep.
cool. And
Yep.
then usually anyone who volunteers like at my table and helps, I'll always tell them, you know, like you can have a free book or, you know, a free whatever. It can be anyone. If I have a signing exclusive left at the end of the day, you can have it, or it can just be a paperback, whatever. Because they work their butts off. I mean, they're
They
sitting
do.
there doing that. And then like if there's like, you know, a lull, or if they have everybody lined up and the wait list is done, they'll be like, you know, is there anything you need me to do? Do you need water? Do you want to take a bathroom break?
Right.
I'll tell everyone you'll be right back. And I'm just like, man, y'all are like just on
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Insane. But
Yeah,
it's really nice to have.
Yeah.
But you know, also it's, I don't know, it's cool. It's neat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Our volunteers are really excited, and we have a huge wait list of volunteers. It's just
Oh,
like,
that's good.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so
we got,
excited about
as soon as we did the interest forms, so like the process that we have for authors, we've made that consistent across the board for
Yeah.
vendors, influencers, narrators, you know, volunteers, the whole 9 yards. And so they're all kind of like giving us feedback, like, wow, this is really organized, you know, like,
No,
I'm
yeah,
just
it's
like
so
really,
excited.
you know,
And
it's
you guys
there-
start way in advance. Which
yeah,
is really
so
good.
yeah. So what I learned was there's a lot of authors that like to book 2 years ahead of time, a lot, and there's also a lot of authors that don't like to do it that early. It's kind of a
Yeah.
mixed bag, and the venues in Orlando go very fast. Like my venue for 2027 already emailed me asking me if I want to book 2028, and I'm like, we're like 2.5 years out from
Yeah.
2028.
Wow.
I
You know,
usually
that's
don't.
like. It's actually more than that. It's 3 years out,
Wait,
isn't it?
we haven't
3 or
gotten
5. Yes, it's
the
3 years out.
we haven't
Sorry.
gotten the booking link for the hotel for 2027, right?
No. So the 2020, you don't have the room block link yet because they don't like to give the room
For
block out
you.
to a year before the events. So a year before the
Oh.
event is when
Yeah.
typically hotels will do the room block. So that's why you don't get them that early.
'Cause I
But we
was
do know the
late. I was
hotel.
kind of late
It's
this time around. I went to
Yeah.
go book the room and then it was sold out. I was like, oh my God, no. Because I don't like not staying where the signing's at. It's just so
Yeah.
convenient. It's just so convenient.
So I usually am the same way. That's always been my motto. I'm like, I don't care if it's super expensive. Like I will just budget for it.
Yeah.
However, I signed at Sinners and Stardust 2 weeks ago, and I joined the lineup late. So I missed the room block. The hotel was full. So I got a hotel that was a 6-minute walk away. So it was just like a block
Oh,
over.
nice.
I am so glad I did,
Mm.
because when we went to the event to like, I don't know, just be there, there were lines for the elevators. Everything. I mean, just a line just to take an elevator. Now, we just went up and down the stairs because the room I was on was on the second floor, but it was such a big event compared to the size of the hotel. I mean, the hotel was plenty. I didn't say that right. There was plenty of room at the hotel. Everything was good. The signing rooms were great. But as far as just, yeah, there were lines for the elevators, and I was like, I am glad I didn't stay here, because what if I needed to get up to my room in a hurry? And I'm just like, guess I'll wait in line. So I was like,
That's how
but like I
That
usually
sounds-
with Polycon and stuff, I'll stay at the Gaylord, and that's never a problem. They have 58
Okay.
million elevators there, so it
Yeah.
not an issue. But I was glad with Sinners that I didn't stay there.
Oh,
Everything
you were
works
at
out,
Sinners. I
right?
didn't get to see you at Sinners. I
Yeah,
was
you
there
were at
too.
Sinners too.
So
Have you
did you
guys ever
see all
been
the
before?
lines for the elevators?
Yes. So I
was
stayed there,
crazy.
and my husband and I learned real quick that she's absolutely right. The elevators were insane. You had to wait so long for them. It was outrageous. And we were on the 11th floor. So what my husband and I would do is we would go up the stairs to like 6 or 7. And it was so much quicker because when we would go up the steps and then we would try to get on the elevator to go up, the elevator would be empty because it's kind of coming back down.
Oh, nice.
So we would just hop on the elevator real quick and go up because we didn't have we didn't have time to wait in those lines. Like,
Yeah.
there was just so much to do. You didn't have the time. It was like a crazy wait. And but that's how we skip the line. Sorry,
So,
everybody.
well, no, so we hear this kind of stuff, and I kid you not, we have meetings right after this kind of thing the team does. And we say,
Yeah.
okay, there's an issue with elevators. How can we resolve
Yeah.
that? So
Well,
like literally, I'm gonna be voice texting Holly tomorrow saying,
it's
let's
all
get a
going
hold
to
of the
depend
venue.
on like
Let's stagger, right? We'll stagger the exits so that not everyone's going to the elevator at the same time. What can we do to,
and a
help with
lot of
that
that will
scenario?
depend on how many elevators the hotel has. So like I said at the
Yeah.
Gaylord, like so when we did a polycon this last year, there was also some kind of space and science conference going the first few days that I was there. And with that whole conference and with all the book people coming in, there still weren't really any issues with the elevators. And it's because they have so many of them
So
and they have
many.
stairs that, will go up. So it really just, that's another thing is it might not be an issue because the hotel, especially with it being at Disney, I'm not real sure how big it is, but it might have so many of them where it's not even an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
I'm
well,
excited.
But I'm
It's gonna be
so
so good.
excited. I'm so excited for it.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
Get
It's
to
happy.
like
see everyone,
it's
meet everyone.
there's this sky bridge to Disney Springs, so it's walking distance to Disney
Yeah.
Springs. It's the closest resort to, and it's a official Walt Disney hotel. So it's not a Disney resort, but it's an
Yeah.
official like affiliated. So they have shuttles to the parks for free, all the Disney
So
parks.
what I'm actually doing is I'll be coming in the 10th or 11th. I can't remember, whatever the day before everything starts is. And
The
I'll be
10th, yeah,
staying through Sunday morning. And then my family, my two kids, one of my son's friends and my husband, they're all flying in. And then on that Sunday, we got a room at one of the actual resorts in the park.
in
And
the
so we'll
park, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like
great,
I'll be hopping back and forth. I was like, I'll have my big suitcases like all unloaded, and then
it's
after
great.
like 2 days, I got to pack them back up and then move them. But I was like, it's not a big deal because it's just right there. I can probably just freaking take a shuttle to the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, to the other resort because it's right there. And I was
It's
like, oh,
right
that'll
there.
be
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
that there was a lot of thought put into the venue location for the signing. So that way it was close to Disney Springs. It's you can do all the Disney parks, affiliated with it. And I
yeah.
actually picked a Universal hotel for 2027. So
I saw
whereas this
that. I
one's
saw that.
on
I'm so
purpose.
excited.
So that
You
way,
don't
yeah, that
understand.
way if someone comes to both, then even
Yeah.
attendees too, they could plan Disney trip this time around and a Universal next time around.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm going
I
to
and then
Universal both times.
I'm
I'm
doing
gonna
both.
do
But
it both.
the 2027 is only a mile from Disney's not Disney, Universal's Epic Universe new theme park. It's only 1 mile from there.
I don't know anything about Universal. I've never been
Oh,
there.
Universal's
So
amazing.
I've
Oh,
Disney
you
is too.
gotta
They're both
go.
great, but they're totally
You're
different
gonna
from like,
lose your
yeah,
mind. You
yeah,
have
I've
to
heard
Universal's
it's
go.
really
great.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
I'm
It's
obsessed with
great.
Universal. Like, I'm so excited. So a main reason why I was really excited about the FanGrrl event in Orlando at Disney is because my son is
Thanks for the
15
plug.
now, and we never got when we lived in Florida, we never got to go to Universal, and now he's at this age where I think he would really love it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's it, we're going. He's got to go. This is the chance. And so it's kind of like we're going to do both. And I'm so excited to get him to go to Universal because he's going to be obsessed. But I love it. I so
It's awesome.
excited.
It's great. It really
See, a
is.
reason
And
why we haven't tried to go yet is she'll be 7 next month. And I don't know at what
oh,
age they'll appreciate Universal. So I also have a 17-year-old that'll be 18 next month. And so it's like I think he would like Universal, but I
Mhm.
don't know if he would yet.
But they
So
have a
they have
whole
kid
like
I
stuff.
think
How to
I would
Train Your
agree with that.
Dragon setup.
oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. They
Yeah.
have
yeah,
lots of
that's
kid
It's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know anything
Yeah.
about it, so I was worried. I was like, I don't know how she would deal with that, how she would do with
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I'm not even sure how
I'm
she'll
gonna
do with
have
Disney.
to.
She's not real keen on
I'm gonna
loud
have to
sound.
dig out. I'm gonna have to dig out my old Universal photos from when I was like Disney and Universal when I was like 8. And
Oh my gosh.
they're the printed photos, and I'll have to, when I'm going
The
down to
printed.
Orlando, like, time to update these bad boys, guys. And it's just me, Seven, have my Mickey Mouse sweater on. It's huge. It was pouring rain. I didn't care. I was having
Oh
the time
yeah.
of my life.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'll have to find those just so I can do like before and after.
Yeah. That's
When I
funny.
was when I was a little, I live an hour from Orlando. So when I was little, we would go to the parks all the time. Well, even when I was older, we had season passes until recently, until COVID. My husband and I. But anyways, so I would go there a lot. When I was little, I was probably about 7 or 8. I do think that's a good age to go. I was in the restroom in the very beginning of the day, and the soap dispenser hit my tennis shoes, the top of my tennis shoes, and then it rained. And the entire day walking around the park, I had bubbles coming out of my tennis shoes. And my mom tells that story to this day. Do you remember? I think it was Christmas Day too, because
Yeah.
somebody told us Christmas was the best time to go because no one wants to go to Disney at Christmas time. They want to be at home around the trees. That is
I was
false.
like,
It was packed.
I've heard that
I
all
would
the
think it would be
holidays.
the opposite.
It was packed, you know.
Man, as a
So
kid, you must have loved the bubbles coming out of your shoes.
oh, it was the best. I remember it. I remember it. So, but that's actually why we picked September for the park because that's back to school.
I was
So
just about to say, we're
yeah,
hoping that it won't
it won't be
be
that bad.
super
Mm-mm.
busy because everyone will have just gone back to school.
Just gone back to
And
school.
people who take school trips are probably waiting for like the Halloween stuff. And so I was like, this will
Yeah,
actually be the perfect time. Because my daughter, we went when she was like 9 months old. She doesn't remember. So this will be her first
yeah,
time. So I was like, hopefully, it'll like won't be that busy. And I think it's the perfect time to go. I
yeah.
really do.
It's
Honestly,
exciting.
it's a really great
Never
time to
been
go.
in September, but I made the executive decision. It's a good time to go.
It's going to be warm. It's still warm in September,
Yeah.
but it's not July. It's not August.
It's not smothering your
It's still
lungs.
hot. I mean, you're going to want to
If
wear a
I could
t-shirt.
survive a
Yeah.
4-hour outdoor signing in Nashville in
Oh my
July,
gosh. Oh my
I can
gosh.
survive anything. I was wearing
Wow.
leather, like real leather cowboy boots, and
Oh
I
man.
had sweat so much that they molded to my legs.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
couldn't get them off. I was like, I live in these now. This is great. Like my friend with me grabbed them and was literally like yanking them. When I got home, I took them to Boot Barn. I was like, I need to get these stretched, please. Like,
Oh
there's no way I'm
no.
going back in there. It was crazy. And so I've been like, if I can survive this, I can survive anything. Because it was humid. I felt like I was in Florida. And I was
Yeah.
like, where is this humidity coming from? People were like, oh yeah, you didn't know it was humid here? No, I didn't know it was humid here. My hair was like this big. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Feel the same
You
way about Kentucky.
I have a signing
yeah,
in
'cause she's-
Kentucky in December.
oh,
So
do
wish me
you?
luck. Yeah, in Lexington.
In Lexington.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Hollie-
at
Great.
The
There's
Joseph Beth.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My
well,
best
Hollie's
friend-
in
I have-
Louisville. Sorry.
oh, okay.
I probably could have went to that. I have family in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
could've gone
like
to
the
that.
first weekend in December. My best friend just moved to Lexington. And so I was like, oh, I was like, I can like find a bookstore to sign at there. Because I was like doing this little like book tour thing for people who can't go to the bigger signings or can't afford to, can't get the tickets, whatever. I've been doing all these small bookstore signings like since
I've been seeing that on social
Yeah,
media.
I've
I've been seeing you post about it. Yeah.
Oh, they don't have it up yet.
9 so far since June or something like that. It's been insane.
You've been doing a
awesome.
lot. You've been doing this like big tour.
Yeah,
So
and I've been
that's
going all
awesome.
over. And so it ends in Kentucky is like the last place I'll be signing this year. And I was like, I can go see my best friend and write the trip off. It's gonna be great. So I've never been to Kentucky. So we'll see if I survive it. I don't know.
It's
That'll be great.
December is weird
Kentucky's-
because it's either like they have you noted as a local author.
In Kentucky, I have bad news for them. They're about to be real surprised.
I
Like
don't-
in Kentucky.
I don't think they know how big you are.
I'm like, I don't live. I'll say I do. I'll be like, yeah, I live right down the road, actually. I'll be like, Kate, what's your address? where I live.
Well, the last time I saw
That's cool.
fireflies was in Louisville, Kentucky, and we don't have those down in Florida, like firebugs,
I was
fireflies.
I was
Yeah.
just talking
Yes.
to my gym trainer today about that because in East Texas, which is where I grew up in the piney woods of like it's like deep East Texas. And I told him I was like, we had fireflies all over the place. I said we don't have them here in Colorado. We don't have any bugs here in Colorado hardly. And
Mhm.
so I was like, I haven't seen one, and I don't even know how long. And I was like, we used to catch them in jars. We would put paper
Yeah.
towels over
Amazing.
holes,
They're
and it
so
was so
pretty.
cool. And they just don't have them here.
So I have, I don't know if you know, but I have a big light show that I do at Halloween and Christmas. I actually have a TikTok handle for all my light show stuff.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. But when you guys were talking earlier about the algorithm, I was kind of laughing about that because I think I had, I don't know, close to 90,000 followers on that handle. And every year, like, because it's a seasonal account. So
Yeah,
I only post, once a year when like during
yeah,
from fall to January. And it's so hit or miss. Sometimes I post and there's like 40,000 views. And then
yeah,
sometimes I post and it's, 1,000. It's just
yeah.
so random. But anyways, what I was saying is I have lights that I can program to any color of the rainbow. They're RGB pixels, and I
Oh,
actually
that's
have them
cool.
in my backyard right now, and they're doing a firefly effect that I programmed into the lights. So it looks
I
Oh,
like in
love
that's
Florida, I
cool.
have fireflies in the backyard. Yeah. So
Oh, that's so cool.
every time Holly
it's
mentions
that
Louisville, my brain goes to that for some reason. Fireflies. That was the last time I was
Yeah,
there.
I
But
read an article saying that this is probably the last generation that will see fireflies.
I
They're
heard
gonna
that.
no.
I heard
Yeah,
that,
they're
and I
gonna
was
go
like, well, what's
extinct.
happening to them? Is it climate change?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's their environment, you know.
Yeah,
Their
that's
environment's
crazy.
not the same anymore.
That's so
There's
sad.
not there's not a lot of it left.
It's so cool to
It's
see
sad.
them.
I hope it's not. I hope they're wrong. I
Yeah.
hope
Yeah.
the fireflies stay. They're so pretty. I actually put fireflies in my book Kentucky Nights,
Did
and
you?
they're so pretty. I think I grew up. I
Yeah.
called them lightning bugs.
Yeah, we call
Yeah,
them
lightning bugs.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Lightning bugs.
lightning
Yeah,
bugs.
but
Well, I had to do
yeah,
like
it'll be a
special programming for the lights. Like I had to like do a randomizer. So it was like on the
Yeah.
random lights throughout the yard. And then I had to do a special fade up and fade down. And then I had to find the right yellow. So it's
That's
wow.
it's
crazy.
very
Wow, you
dorky
put
actually.
effort into
I
that.
can't even figure
That's
out how to
cool.
set my Christmas
It's
light timer.
it's fun. Well, I'm gonna try to bring I'm trying to have the lights at the events.
That'll
So
be
and that'd
cool.
be something no one would ever see. I mean, it wouldn't be fireflies, they'd be doing something else. I'm trying to. So we'll see.
Well, if you did that and like you could do a lot of content on your light page leading up to it about getting the lights prepared for it.
I
Then it
could.
would kind of be like double
I
exposure.
could. Yeah, I could.
We
So
have
it's
lots of
super.
folks there that can record that are not you too. So you can just
Yes, we have lots of
pass that
influencers.
off.
Yeah.
We have like, what do we have?
Wow,
Like 16 influencers now coming to the event, and we're gonna invite
that's
like three or
awesome.
four
Yeah.
more. That's a lot of
Oh,
influencers.
excuse me. I'm so sorry. Just
So
yawned.
oh
Yes.
no, no worries.
So
Well,
sorry.
so you just reminded me that we're about out of time. So
No,
you're,
Oh yeah, I
you're
forget y'all are like
fine. So
two
sorry. I
y'all are like
haven't
2 or
been
3
sleeping
hours
that
like
well.
ahead of me.
So
It's still light
I
here.
have not been sleeping that well. So I've been just tired for the last few days.
oh no.
I'm having a good time, I promise.
Well, okay. So before we go, do you have any big news that you want to talk about? Anything latest going on with new releases? I know January you have one like in 9 days. Anything that you want to say to kind of let people know the latest and greatest, or any kind of inside scoops?
Well, like you said, Kentucky Nights, it releases September 5th, and before the end of the year, another monster stalker book will happen. I know that people have been waiting for it, so here's the official announcement. It will happen. It's not up for pre-order yet, but it will be
Yay!
soon, so be on the lookout. I'm going to Villains and Vixens in Texas next week.
Right.
I hope to see you there. If you go, please come by the table to say hi.
My PA's going, Lapana. She'll have to come up. Oh, you met her? You met her at Sinners.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to
Okay.
see her again. But I think that's pretty much I think that's it on my end.
Awesome.
I have a book releasing next month on September 30th. It's Tragically Yours, which is the third standalone in the Faking
Yay.
series. And we're actually doing a release party for that at the last chapter in Chicago on the 27th. And with the tickets, you get a copy of Tragically Yours. So I guess technically you're getting an early copy. It's like 3 days early, but you know, whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I've got that coming. And then, yeah, I've just got different bookstore signings coming up. I'll be in Denton, Texas, November 22nd. And then I'll be in Lexington, Kentucky, the first weekend of December. I cannot remember the date to save my life.
December 6th at 1 o'clock.
Okay, perfect.
You go, girl. Holly.
I almost said the 5th.
Did I
was
did I
like,
put that on my calendar? Yes, I did. I put it on my calendar. So I'm going to meet you before the event. So that's exciting.
I know that's
Yay.
cool. That's cool that you live there. But yeah, so
Very
that's
cool,
the only thing really I have going on. Nothing else. Nothing cool.
Okay. Well,
I just
you've been
shared
busy.
both of those with our influencer group. So on the 5th and then on the 30th. So I shared those so that they could help get all the word out for you all.
That would be great.
Oh, awesome.
They've been great. The influencer team has been great. Like they were only supposed to do a few posts a month leading up to the event and then obviously coming to the event and filming the event and whatnot. But they have gotten really involved and they're posting all the time. They're sharing new
Do you have
releases
a
from
list of
authors.
influencers so that the
We
authors
do.
who are going can like go
Yeah.
follow them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the website. So we have a page just
Okay.
dedicated to them
Yeah.
on the
I'll
website.
have to,
Okay.
But
I'll have to
yeah,
get
on the
there.
FanGrrrl Romance Rex, yeah, we have a page for the sponsors, which by the way, Jamie, thank you for sponsoring. She's sponsoring the VIP meet and greet on Thursday night. So super exciting. So yay. Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
And yeah, so we have a page for sponsors, a page for authors. We have a page for vendors that are attending. I think we're like at 12 right now. I just sent out 4 other invitations. And then the influencers. So we have that all there on fangirlromancerex.com. So
Perfect. I'll get on there
yeah.
and look.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate this. And Jamie, I can't believe you're doing it live. You haven't done it live in 2 years, and you're like,
I
okay.
haven't.
So
I
thank
haven't.
you.
I told him, I was like, I'm real nervous. I haven't done one of these. I don't normally do them. I probably won't do a lot, but since I'm doing an event with you guys, I was like, well,
Thank
I'll do
you.
one.
We appreciate that. And I'm so excited about you both coming. In January, I probably get to meet you too in person. We've been talking over voice text for I don't know how long now. So it's
Yes,
just
I
like,
know. I'm so excited.
so awesome.
I'm so ready for this year to be over, and I'm ready for the next.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm excited about
100%.
2026 for sure. So, and I just appreciate you guys coming. It means a lot. So, just
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for having us and inviting me. I say
Absolutely.
like there's more
We'll
than
have to
just here.
We'll have to do it again sometime. It'd be great. So, all right, you guys. Well, have a wonderful night and the rest of your day because it's early for you, Jamie.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
Yes.
I'm about
All
to go
right.
with dinner.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm all tongue tied. It's been a great one, so I really appreciate it. Okay.
It
Thank
has
you.
been. Thank you for inviting me. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Nice meeting you, Jamie.